We're here now with our OSU Extension Livestock Marketing Specialist, Dr. Derrell Peel. So Derrell, we're into March now. In January, the markets were really high, and then it kind of took a weird turn in the middle of February last time we talked, and now we're kind of back to where we were at again. What's happening in the markets?
Yeah, I think this is kind of a sign of the times. We did set new record prices in January, but we've had so much, political news, uncertainty in the markets, a lot of macroeconomics, external factors to the cattle industry. And so the market made a correction in February, and that's, it's not too surprising. After a big run up, futures markets in particular often make a correction. They're looking for any sort of news to react to, but the fundamentals are what they are, and they haven't changed. So the market has bounced back here by the end of February going into March. Now we're back almost to those January levels.
Yeah, so should we expect more of this volatility going forward?
Yeah, unfortunately, I think that's going to be the name of the game. We've still got an awful lot of political rhetoric going on, a lot of uncertainty about exactly what policies are going to be. So producers have to be aware of those kind of short-term corrections. Again, our overall expectations are for higher prices on average, but you don't sell on average. You sell at specific points in time. So you need to be prepared for this kind of volatility and protect against those kind of market shocks that might impact you.
Yeah, and one of the things that has been impacting the markets is the New World screwworm, right?
Yeah, that's also added some uncertainty to the markets. We closed the border late November last year. It opened up in early February, and there's been some concern that the backlog of cattle might cause some problems, but it really isn't. In fact, even though the border's open, there's new protocols in place. It's limiting the number of cattle coming in. It's a very, very slow pace. So I don't foresee any issues relative to markets in terms of that thing building over time before we get back to sort of normal trade levels.
Yeah, and do you know how that might change in the future?
Well, I think we'll slowly make progress. Now we've got tariff issues on top of that, so there'll be more uncertainty about that, but I think it's going to be a slow process. I don't look for big numbers anytime soon.
Okay. Yeah, and then we've been getting some good rain lately. How might that affect the markets?
In the short run, obviously, we've got cattle still out on wheat, especially graze-out cattle will benefit from this. I think producers will see this rain as probably setting us up for at least a good start to the spring. In some areas, we're going to start to see some warm-up, hopefully sometime in the next few weeks here. We've still got underlying, concerns about La Nina conditions and drought going forward, but this will certainly help in the short run to kind of get us off to a good start. We'll see where we go from here.
Yeah. And so with all of this change that's been going on with these past few months and going into the future, what should producers move forward with?
Well, I think we're proceeding with caution, and that's probably a good thing to do. But individually, we've got record level prices in the market. Producers want to try to get positioned to take advantage of that. So, be careful, but take advantage of it.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks, Derrell. We'll talk to you in a couple of weeks.
You bet.